Morning, Odhran. You're a bit squishy in there now, aren't you? My little beefcake. You're taking up the whole thing. You ready to get up? Morning time. So this week's vlog is about Warren's first night in his own bed. I showed you earlier some footage of him in his Moses basket crammed in there. He was actually supposed to go, well, Richy and me agreed that he was going to go into his own bed last night, but then I had a bit of a paddy about it and started crying, and he stayed, that's why he stayed in the room with us last night. Richy said I forced him to sleep in the dog basket. It's actually not on the stand anymore because he got so heavy for it, it was bending down in the middle, so we had to take the stand off. So that's why he's been sleeping in what Richy calls the dog basket. But I don't know how long I would have wanted him sleeping in the room with us. Probably till he was like a 50-year-old man and he's still in his Moses basket. But yeah, tonight he's got to sleep in his own little bed. And these things are really weird because I think it's really embarrassing to get upset about your baby moving into their own cot. But I think it's just when you have them next to your bed and you can, hear all the noises they make, and you can hear his little snore. He's like the only person in the world that I could put with snoring, and just that thing of them being right next, so when you can check on them 100 times during the night. So I've no doubts that tonight I'll probably get up and come into the room about 100 times. Yeah, so that's all I really have to say, just that it's kind of, other parents out there, I suppose you know, that it kind of is a bit more emotional than you would imagine it would be. Yeah, so I better go and get him and see how he gets on in his new little bed. Last night he couldn't really move in this. I could hear him I could hear this sort of rustling noise where he was trying to like move his elbows and wriggle around. Richy put him in here last night. He was all stretched out, and then I selfishly took him out, put him back in the Moses basket, and put him back in the room with us. So no doubt he'll enjoy a little stretch out in his cot tonight. So I better go and get him and put him in his little bed. And he has his little froggy here with all the little lights on, so I'll keep him company. And his little husky that I've been sleeping with for months. That's supposedly supposed to smell of me, so it comforts him, supposedly. Yeah, so let's go and get Odhran. So after feeling all over the place, after putting him down to sleep in his own bed, in his own room, he started crying and wanted to feed pretty much straight away. So he's kind of dragging it out for me, but we'll let you know how we get on in the morning. So we slept very well last night, didn't we, He woke up at 5 and then he didn't wake again until 8. And then we dressed him in this little baby girl that says, "Oh, won't you have a little whiskey with me?" That we got from his Auntie Rhiannon. Say hello and thank you to Auntie Rhiannon.
Racist.
So I think last night I was feeling quite anxious about him spending his first night in his room on his own. Because when we took him home from the hospital, he came up to this first line here in his little Moses basket, and then it's like he's just shut up and he's grown so quickly. We even have the little dent of his head there. So he's not even 3 months yet, and he's just grown so fast. I've had to go through all his baby clothes and throw out all the 0 to 3s and start packing the 3 to 6 in his drawers. And it's grown so fast, and I think that's the reason I wanted to keep this vlog, to kind of document everything along the way. But when we first took him home from the hospital, I took a while getting used to having a baby in the room with us. I used to think that I'd kind of hear him whimpering in his Moses basket, and I'd be half awake and half asleep, and I would think that he was in the bed with us, and I'd start looking under the pillows or reaching for grabbing Richie's knee, thinking it was the baby's head and all sorts of things. And then after I got used to having him in the Moses basket next to us, it felt like that time just went so quickly that then it was time to put him in his own bed. So I think there'll probably be a lot of parents out there like me who just feel a little bit hesitant about that stage of moving your baby into their own bed. But don't be like me and kind of keep them in their Moses basket when they've clearly outgrown it, because it's not really fair on the baby, is it? Yeah, we're squished in there. So don't be, last night was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. We kept our door open and his door open. I could hear you all night. I could hear your snores last night. Yeah. So it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I slept like a baby too. I thought I'd be up all night coming in to check on him, but I only got up when he needed feeding. So it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And like I said, if you're feeling anxious about your baby's first night, there really is no need to be. So please come back next week and follow us as we take Odhran on his first swimming lessons and have a little chat with Baby Swim about the benefits of taking your baby swimming. Also, don't forget to share and pass this video on to any friends who might be interested. Say bye-bye, Odhran! Bye-bye! He's got the hiccups. Bye-bye!